Well, hello. Hi, Mary. Uh, I had to run back in there and get my glasses. I couldn't see what I was doing. That's nothing new with me. I hope y'all are doing okay. Hi, Daryl. Glad you could come. Oh, I gotta have some Gatorade. I've been in the heat. It's hot in here. Still hot. We hadn't got the air conditioner fixed. So if I just for some reason pass out, you know that I've ended the show. Maybe not. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Everything's going, and I knew I was going religiously on every night. Then the big air conditioner kicked out, and I was not in here to where I thought, I just cannot withstand this heat in this part of the house. But I thought I've got to go on because I still am waiting on a fan motor. Uh, Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. So I thought, well, if I get too hot, they'll just have to understand I'm hot. But I did a good video today. I think I've changed the Hi, D. How are you? Good to see you. If you don't get to come in very much on our lives, but you made it this evening. Um, Today I did a one pot wonder. Y'all know I love those one pot wonders, and you'll just have to watch the video. I've got it kind of uploaded, and it's uploaded. It's just not been put right on YouTube where you can see it. But I'll do it as soon as I get off of here. And I've still been cleaning out things, and Mom's doing okay, and I'm doing okay. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I keep forgetting today is Sunday. So tomorrow's the start of the next week. And that'll be okay too. Uh, if we can get cooled off anywhere, I guess we'd all be thankful to the good Lord. I found some art glass that I thought, well, I found about three things. I brought three things or put it over here. You know how I love that crystal, my Star of David. Well, I found a bowl that I do not know. It was in some of my family stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen it. It was wrapped in newspaper and I washed it. And I thought it was lovely. I don't know. I guess you could have used it. Let me get it. And I don't know if you can see it very good because this is a different camera tonight. But this is a big bowl. Big. Huge. Heavy, huge. Big bowl. Now that's cutting out because of the camera. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that. And it'd be beautiful if you had it on the table with some big magnolias floating in it and some water. It'd be beautiful. But yeah, the camera situation, it's not going to probably get any better this evening because I've got the rinky dink up tonight, I call it. Because I had to, I got tired of filming those recipes. I mean, those cooking shows, and then them being in such bad quality. So the last two cooking videos that I've had were on a rinky dink. So y'all know when I say a rinky dink, you know what I'm talking about. And I had the Sony camera in here at where I could videotape, and that's what we've been doing our lives on. But I thought, I can't keep moving the rinky dink or the Sony back in to do the cooking shows and then put the rinky dink. So I was trying to see if I could use this rinky dink camera. Now we're not on the rinky dink right now. We're on just a regular laptop camera on my laptop. And you can't do much with those. You can't use you can't do a lot. But we're gonna get this all figured out. May take me another year, but I got this far this year in a year. So, hi, Rebecca. I see y'all. I see y'all saying hello and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get y'all explained to what I've been doing. Here's a piece of art glass. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can. That's a hand blown piece. I'm going to get these out of the way because I don't like the way that camera's doing. It bothers me. And this is a very pretty one. It's got it's a very unusual shape at the top. But I'm going to get all that art glass out. I didn't know I had so much. Let me set that over here so I don't break it on my desk. I didn't know I had so much of this art glass. I guess I got on a whim, but I used to go to flea markets in New York and anywhere I was, and I'd always buy, and that's why I've got too much stuff because I had planned to one day open a tea room or a store, an antique store back then, or a tea room. Even in the last 5 years, I had thought about it, but my health just won't let me do that. I just cannot do that. Debbie says that one is pretty too. I love the one that has the pink at the top. That's more of an orange. Dee says punch bowl. Yeah, well, it's big. This is a big piece. It's not as big as my big punch bowl. That's not. I mean, you could use this for a sherbet, like at a Christmas party with your glass ladle. You'd have to be awful careful because there's not one crack on this. There's not nothing on this. But yeah, you could use this for a small punch bowl. It'd be beautiful. If you had some cookies and things, yeah, it'd be beautiful. But I don't have that stuff anymore. I don't have punch and cookies anymore. Yeah, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece. Hi, Sheila. I'm glad I got your message. Glad you're doing good. Everything got good. Okay, we'll just go on. I'm glad you came on and said hello. We appreciate that. Now, this one here is the one that's got the green at the bottom. See how that's got that green? That's such an unusual top there. The way these lips or petals come out, and then that being a dark green. I found some glass hand-blown flowers that I think probably I had at one time in some of these, maybe. But I found some of those. Y'all watch YouTube, and Dee, I know y'all like antiques, or y'all like seeing certain things. What are all these people that's hyped up about those pulpit vases or whatever? They're kind of like the pulpit flower or whatever it's called. I found several of those, and I heard that some of them were quite valuable. I do not know. But some of these were from the 20s. I'm pretty sure because they were one of my aunts. So if y'all know anything, let me know. I can look on the internet, but I wanted to pull some of those out today, and I thought, no, I'm not going to get stuff out to where I'll get it broke. I'm going to leave it right where it is in its little nest, like a little baby bird, because if I get to pulling a bunch of this stuff out, I'll go in there looking for something or hear something or think there's something going on, and I'll get in there and I'll kick something or drop something and break a bunch of stuff. So I thought, no, don't go in there messing around. Just get your tail out of there. So I listened to myself and I said, get your tail out, and I hightailed it out of there. But no, I think the art glass has got a market still. There's because it's kind of when I had Knoll furniture, which was done with the chrome and leather and all that, and I've still got a couple pieces of Knoll furniture, and it was done. And then I can't remember the other guy I had, but some of that stuff, is pretty valuable now because they only made so much of it. Now I do have one chair, little flimsy. Oh, you wouldn't even know it, y'all. It's a little hand carved wood chair that has had the cane woven into the seat, which is kind of fluffy now because I didn't have it repurposed. The chair was made in Italy, and it's a museum piece. It really is a museum piece, and I thought about trying to holler at. I wish Sheila was on here. I tried to holler at, or I thought about hollering at the museum in Arkansas, the Walton gal has, um, and tell her I would like for that chair to be included in their museum, so somebody could, a designer, architects, designers, all those would love to see the construction of that chair because it's just rare. It's just a rare piece. I've got several rare pieces, uh, and that chair I think, would go well in the museum. But I don't want to give it to the Metropolitan or any of those because they have so much stuff. They don't really need it. And that's kind of like with some of my art pieces. I'm going to give them to the Cancer Society because museums don't need that stuff. Now, you might not ever get it showed whatsoever. Uh, so that's my thought on it. And today it's been blustering. Well, it's been pretty hot. Uh, if I'm sweating, it's hot, and I'm sweating. It's still hot this evening. It's not real bad, but uh, it was hot today in the kitchen when I was trying to prepare that one pot wonder. And then yesterday we had such a nice little time at the. If y'all haven't looked at the lemon cake that I painstakingly made yesterday, and I wished I'd have had the good camera on that because that turned out a lovely cake, and I've still got to write the recipe for it. And but I really wish that I had put the camera, the good camera. But foresight, I don't have it very often. And when I got in the middle of it, I thought, this is going to be a good cake. This is going to be a good video. And then I thought, well, not so good about the using this camera, but it's okay. Debbie says that one does like something I saw before called a Jack in the Pulpit base. That's exactly it, Debbie. That's the one I'm saying. Jack in the Pulpit. But I've got some of those that are big, and maybe Jack in the Pulpit. I don't know. We'll find out. Boy, I tell you, they had another shooting today, I heard, down in one of the universities in South Carolina, somewhere. It's just getting prevalent that we have uh, these shootings. It just is so sad. I tell mother, we don't go out anymore because of uh, her health, but we stopped a long time ago going to concerts or anything while she was able to go because I said we'll get down there and somebody will blow our head off. They'll shoot us and not think twice about it. I said that we just don't need to be out in the public. And I know you can't live afraid, but a lot of these shootings I see are just ridiculous. Uh, people minding their own business, going to school or to work, and then getting caught up in that. it's so sad. So I told Mom, I said, we're just gonna stay out of the public till some of this calms down because I don't know how long it's gonna. It may never heal. It may never go back like it was. With us being from the country, people had guns and they used them to hunt animals. Now I don't didn't ever believe very much in that because I thought I can go down to the grocery store and get me some meat or whatever. I'm not gonna kill no deer or anything like that because I don't need the food. Now it'd be different if I was hungry. Uh, and I remember my daddy shooting squirrels, and mother, she just nearly made her ill. I remember he wanted her to fry that squirrel, and she didn't want to do it. She did not, and so that was only one time I remember that there was any kind of wild game came into our house. Now we had wonderful vegetables and all that stuff in the garden, and of course we bought our turkeys from the supermarket just like everybody else because I don't like wild turkey. I don't like it's tough, and I think it stinks, and I'm not going to eat it. And it's the same way with certain kind of meats. I just don't care for them because they taste gamey, as it say. Like dove or quail or any of that. I'm not going to eat it. If I can eat chicken, I can barely eat chicken. Uh, as a child, we grew up on fried chicken every Sunday, and it was so good. And grandmother would fry it and make gravy and homemade biscuits and fried okra and fried squash and fresh tomatoes out of the garden. And then usually we would have some kind of good dessert. She'd make a coconut cream pie or chocolate pie with meringue on top. Not a lot of people like meringue. I always did because I grew up on it. Our lemon pie was good, or coconut cake was good. Today I did buy some ingredients. I don't know, a lot of you, if you're from the South, then you've made homemade ice cream. A lot of people, some people haven't. Of course, I have my old crank freezer. Uh-huh. And then mother said, do we still have a freezer? Because we was talking about it, and she wanted some homemade ice cream, and so did I. And I said, because we haven't made it. I bet I have not made homemade ice cream in 20 years. But she saw some on the TV today, a commercial of one of those freezers, just not about making the ice cream. And she said, do we still have one of those freezers? And I said, yeah, I think I've got maybe 2 or 3. I've got the old hand crank, and then I've got 2 electric ones. Craig says, I'm about the same as you about wild stuff, Billie Jean. I remember my granny frying squirrel and rabbit. I'm pretty sure that was, yeah. There was a process to all that. And, of course, Daddy was born in 1928, and Mother was born in 32. So they, my grandmother and them, I just feel like that since they were ranchers, they had cows and meat and pigs, because I remember us slaughtering hogs. So we didn't have to go get those other things. Okay, Craig, he said, that's here in Georgia. My message cut off. Well, my message always cuts off. Jessica Howard, here in Kentucky, there is an abundance of deer. Well, now that they may do that for control, it's not. My nephews that I had, they will shoot deer and stuff, but I've made deer chili, But when it comes to those varmints, I'm not going to cook them. And I won't cook deer now because I don't need to. We don't go hunting. We don't have it in our freezer. A lot of people do. A lot of my friends would give me stuff like that, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna cook what I cook, and if y'all want to come eat, that's what I tell them. Y'all want to come eat, which they don't because I don't have people over. I just do not because it's just too much trouble to clean up after somebody, or so I just do what we do. Oh, I had to have that Gatorade. That was that apple Gatorade. I don't know if y'all ever had that. It's no sugar apple Gatorade. And my sister told me to get it. It's hard kind of to find. And I thought, that's pretty good. So it kind of keeps me chugging along. And I was going somewhere with a story, and then we got sidetracked, which is nothing unusual. And y'all know that. And y'all probably do the same thing. If you don't, you're young, young, young. But there was something I was going to tell y'all, and I forgot what it was. It was not about rabbits and deer. And Jess said many folks hunt the deer and are crazy about the venison. Yes, I know. The only thing is gamey, and I didn't like it because I soaked it in milk. If you soak it in milk, it'll take that wild taste out. I know how to cook it. I'm just not going to do it. Uh, I hope that uh, I never have to resort to squirrels and rabbits, but don't think I wouldn't do it if I had to. And I just don't know. I don't know if I would not know where to start of how to clean a fish anymore, how to skin a rabbit, or how to skin a squirrel. I would have no idea. I mean, we did it when I was little, young. I watched them do it, but I would not know how to do that. That'd be the biggest mess y'all ever saw when I got through. So would a fish. I tried. Dee said, I'm a city girl, but I have question for people who hunt. How is the hunter sure that the animal doesn't have a disease? I think there was news about animals getting a zombie. Is it called zombie disease? Well, Dee, I don't know. I think on an old cow or something, you look at their teeth and you can figure out if they got something. But I don't know about a deer because you can't look at their teeth or ask them a question because you got to shoot them pretty quick. So I would not have any idea. I know that on the rabbits, you can't just go kill a rabbit. You've got to wait till it snows, and then because I'm not going to go into the details, but they have bugs. So you can't just eat a rabbit off out of the, in the summertime. It's got to be a winter thing. Maybe with squirrels too. I'm not sure. Debbie says, yeah, I don't know what the future holds and what I might have to eat, but for now, I am not eating it. My sentiments exactly, Debbie. More power to, is what Grandma always said, but more power to them. If they can eat it and live with it, then that's good. I just, it's not in my, it's not right in my mind right now to do that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having to drink that because it's hot. We'll be off here in just a little bit. It's 25 minutes, and I just wanted to come on and tell y'all we were okay. I'm still messing with the cameras, trying to figure out. And y'all go watch the One Pot Wonder today. It's got yellow squash in it, and it's got like hash brown potatoes and hamburger meat. And then I made Mother some purple cabbage. It really wasn't coleslaw. It was more of a cabbage salad. It's what I'm going to call it because it had mayonnaise, Duke's mayonnaise and stuff in it. But uh, she likes coleslaw. She likes, and it helps. I think cabbage and all that stuff help us. It helps us some roughage. It helps us salads and stuff. But with my what's, I can't chew lettuce very well, so I just do the best that I can and try to. But this potato pan, this one pan wonder that I made today, I've let it sit, and of course I'm like Granny Pat. I go by and get a little bite every once in a while. Now that those potatoes have marinated with all that stuff in them for this evening before I put it in the icebox, because I let all my food cool off real good before I put it in the icebox, and it was good. It really was. The banana pepper I put in it, which is not hot, it was so good. So y'all get on there and y'all look at that video. I'll have it on there in about 20 or 30 minutes. And I hope that y'all have a great week. I'm putting along, and we're trucking along, and we're doing okay. And we just want to say God bless you, God bless us, and God bless the United States. And we hope that you have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.